Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chat from a Hat. I'm your host, Josh Brown, along with my co-host,
Caleb Luther.
Caleb, how are you?
I'm good. I don't know what that noise was.
It was a car. It just went beep.
Oh, that was like,
That was a car. That was a car lock.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what the beautiful thing is that very soon we will not have to worry about that background noise and everything when it comes to our podcast. Ain't that going to be wonderful?
Yeah.
It only took us 50 episodes, but we'll get there.
Yeah, not quite 50 episodes, but almost.
Close enough. Caleb, how are you?
I'm good. Yawning.
Yawning, my God.
Yawning, yeah.
Just start the whole episode over, my
maybe.
goodness. No. Caleb, how's been the week? That's terrible.
It's been good, I guess.
Cool, good.
Got all my Christmas shopping in, so that's good.
Take that, Walmart.
I think I'm good.
Cool.
That was a purposely executed silent
Pause.
moment.
Yeah. Very laid back episode today.
Yeah,
folks.
well, laid back. This is gonna be the cool laid back episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I apologize to everyone's ears.
it's not very loud.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not.
Okay.
No,
All right.
well, you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
Well, Caleb, last week we talked about Christmas music, which was fun. We had a good little blast from the past with that.
Yeah.
You know, one person that I don't really care for is Michael Bublé. Not a big fan. No offense to the guy.
There was this one Michael Bublé song that I liked like way too much in high school, and I probably was. If I listened to it today, I'd probably still like it. It was, I forgot what it was called, but it was like I heard it and I was like, oh God, this song's changing my life. I don't think I ever went out of my way to listen to any other Michael Bublé song, but this one song was just like.
I'm just talking about his Christmas stuff. I just don't care.
I don't listen to all the people that sound like Sinatra. I'm not gonna listen to any of their stuff. Sorry, Christmas stuff at least. I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna do it. Live, I'm sure it's fun and great, but I'm not going to listen to their studio album where they sound like literally like somebody else who's already done the same songs, Christmas songs. I mean,
You're just being a hater.
you're the one who said you didn't like Michael Bublé, and I'm the one who said, "Hey, I like one Michael Bublé song a lot."
And you're wrong. That's okay.
If I could remember the name of the song, I'd start singing it, but I don't.
Well, that's for the best.
It had
Michael
good,
Bublé.
It had good chords in it, and it was like it was very cheesy and
Well,
yeah.
Michael Bublé, if you're listening to us, I don't apologize.
I think it might be called Everything. What might be the name of the song?
Sure.
Good. The people know.
The people know.
It came out when I was like a junior in high school. I was like, oh God, I'm so in love with everybody who talks to me.
Well, you know
It's
what?
that age.
Yeah, we are so laid back on this episode that I've completely forgot the format of
need a
what
format.
we do. Of what we do.
We don't need a format.
We always have to have a format.
Yeah.
Because then we go off into these tangents of just randomness.
Who cares?
Well,
We're just
Caleb, what'd
it's
you
like
get into this-
smooth jazz. It's just like
it's almost shoegazy.
no smooth jazz.
What'd you get into this week, Caleb? What'd you do? Or the past week, since we're recording on a Wednesday?
Since we're a few days late on this one, what have I done?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know.
You watched The Holiday, I think is what it was.
I watched The Holiday for the first time. I liked it. Hans Zimmer does the score for it. He just goes too hard on that score. Holy cow!
Hans Zimmer just goes too
It's
hard
good.
on everything.
It's that score was like so good. I'm almost done with 6 Feet Under. I got 3 episodes to go. Man, no, I've got 2 episodes to go. My God, episode 10 of season 5. That show has never made me cry, and I actually have a hard time crying at stuff anymore because of my medication, which is I feel mixed about because I used to like to cry at movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't cried in a show that's strictly about death yet. But I watched an episode last night at midnight, episode 10,
That's what happened. Your medication.
and I was
wore
like,
off.
it made me cry. I was like, holy cow, this is a lot.
your medication wore off. That's
It didn't
exactly
wear
what
off. I mean, it maybe he was a little late in the day, so.
Yeah.
But it's a great. It's the season 5 has been incredible. Actually,
Yeah.
it's probably like been the best season of the show. And I heard that the last 2 episodes were like, oh God. Our friend Don Kenny told me, brace yourself.
Well,
Caleb. I have seen the ending, or like the last 5 minutes of the show already, because sometimes I'll pull it up on YouTube. It's been a while, but I'll just pull up the ending out of context. It like makes me weep. So, and that was I didn't know any of the characters.
In context, Caleb is
in context, I was just like,
I'm medicated now. It doesn't hit me as much.
I think I have to plan what time I'll watch it for it to affect me. It'll be tonight. It'll probably be tonight. We're recording this on a Wednesday.
Just be like,
it'll be the end tonight. The end of me.
The end of you. Well, folks, I'll be looking for a new co-host.
What
next week.
What have you done?
Moved.
Yeah, still doing it.
Yeah, we're still doing it.
I'm gonna help you Friday, I think.
Yeah. You probably might help us today after this episode. Just pack some stuff downstairs.
Okay.
Possibly. Just
I'm giving you a box. I'm giving you a big box. I had to use that box because I had to take it home because I had an order of 4 records came in. Mm-hmm. A Temu order that was like all free, and I got to tell you, like 60% of it was trash.
Oh no!
But like a few of the things, like a couple turtleneck sweaters were good. I'll wear those. So I had a lot of things.
Are you wearing a turtleneck and blazer? Are you on point like a laser?
So I had to put all those inside that big box and take it home with me. So I was like, "Oh, sorry, Josh, I'm gonna use this box real quick. I'll give it back."
Okay.
So,
do you want to dress in a way?
All right, stop with the turtleneck and blazer. That's so 3 years ago on TikTok.
That makes you feel
during
sexy.
COVID. Okay, stop it. Stop.
All right. So yeah, that's what I did. Moved. That's about it. That's really been the context of my life for the last
couple weeks.
Yeah, like 2 weeks. And it feels like I've been nonstop for 2 weeks. I'm tired. I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
I'm tired. I'm wasted.
All right, we've wasted enough people's time. Caleb, let's get into the topic this week.
Yeah.
We're doing our 2023 roundup because we're not going to have an episode next week. We're not going to have an episode week after for the holidays.
We'll see you guys next year.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next year with a whole new everything, hopefully. So, Caleb, you had a bit of a outline for what we were going to do, and quite frankly, I did not follow that outline. So,
why? It was very easy. It was a very easy outline to follow. But you just list your 5 favorite things from these topics.
Because it's me. It's me.
We're having a media day today.
Yeah, it's a media day. It's an
Which I think I have one that you don't have. You don't watch television,
TV
I guess.
shows, because I don't watch TV.
You don't watch TV.
But I can tell you.
Last TV you watched was The Sopranos.
Yeah. Dated. I mean, I could tell you the things that Nancy and I have watched this year.
You've watched a bunch of trash TV.
Yeah.
Like British Bake Off.
Yeah, it's not trash.
I know, but you can't.
It is very.
Hey, my number one show of 2023, guys. You never believe the storylines on this.
There's a guy that dropped his cake.
Oh my god!
That actually did happen.
Oh no!
Actually a lady was putting her baking on the table and then hit the guy when she was coming back, and he dropped everything, and it was very
typical Brit. Those Brits.
Those Brits.
Gosh, oh.
Those Brits.
But yeah, what we had here, movies, television, albums, and our own personal favorite Chat from a Hat episodes. So we were going to list 5 of each. Of course, you didn't do television, but 5 of each of the other ones.
Do you want to go ahead and do television first, since
we want to get that out of the way?
Sure, get that out.
Okay, even though
6 Feet Under is number 1.
It's not, because it did not come out this year, Josh.
Neither did the British Bake Off. So
I put my top 5 shoes on here too. I didn't, but television number 5, a show that you've actually watched all of until this season, and I guess you'll hopefully get around to watch season 3. We've watched it all together. And that's The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh,
season 3, fantastic. So Steve Zahn is the sort of guest antagonist. Always great, that guy.
Yeah.
He's just good. He was better than last season. I thought he was a better addition than Eric Andre was in last season, but I liked season 2. But this was really good. I liked it a lot. Number 4, I have a mini series on Netflix called Beef. It's got the actor that played Glenn from The Walking Dead. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And it has Ali Wong, and it's basically about road rage. It's about it's an entire mini series that's based off of 2 people trying to get back at each other because of one road rage incident.
Well, that sounds right up
And
my
surprisingly,
alley,
but despite it being like a dark comedy, it's touching. I think the end of it was it got me.
Okay.
So that was for a while. I was like, oh, this is the best thing I've seen this year, no doubt. Nothing's beating it. But then 3 things stepped up. I was like, sorry, Caleb, this is it. These are better because 2 of these shows ended. They ended, and I'm gonna shed a tear. Number 3, I have Barry. Barry, the Bill Hader dark comedy on HBO ended. Great, loved it. Satisfying, funny, dramatic, violent, great. Number 2, another show that ended.
Number 2.
Succession on HBO.
Okay.
Bill Hader, violent, great. No, Succession was amazing. Would be the best. One of the best shows ever, and it would have been the best show this year. But that Dang the Bear on Hulu,
Yeah.
about the sandwich shop in Chicago is just
Is that ending this season too?
No, it was just
Okay.
season 2.
Okay.
There'll be more. No, definitely more. It was just so riveting. Holy cow! And there's a Christmas episode on there too. And if you're into a stressful and anxiety-induced Christmas, I recommend watching that hour of television. It's just about like a family Christmas dinner, and everything imaginable goes wrong. Guest spot from Jamie Lee Curtis,
Oh, that's cool.
John Mulaney, Saul Goodman himself pops up in it.
Ooh.
As Saul Goodman, actually. I'm joking.
So say that would be.
It's a star-studded episode, but yeah, the bear it may be the best thing on television right now. It's incredible. So that's my top 5 shows. Everybody agrees.
Everybody agrees.
Everybody knows.
Everybody agrees. Everybody agrees.
So what do you want to? You want to start with movies?
Sure. After
You can-
after our quick little break.
Quickly break.
I don't want to start movies. You start movies. It's your thing. You always go first with everything.
Have we started recording?
Yes.
That was a quick break.
Yeah. Told you. Quick break.
You want to go back and forth?
That's fine.
5.
You go first. Number 5.
5. I think I talked about this on
Number 5.
I talked about this on an episode after I watched it, but
Probably help if I get my list.
it's
up.
an Argentinian.
Oh, of course. Here you go with the.
It's
the-
the high class. Actually, this one makes me ill. It's an Argentinian horror movie called When Evil Lurks. Gosh, that movie.
I've heard a lot
God, it was incredible.
about that movie. Actually,
Yeah, it's something.
Did you have any? Real quick note. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I mean, sure. I could just name some off the top of my head.
We'll get to it here in a little bit.
I have a letterbox, Josh. I have all these movies.
I know you
listed
do.
on there.
I know you do.
And this top 5 was actually not that hard.
Yeah.
I had to cut one that I didn't love cutting, but I did.
Okay.
I'll probably say it after you say it in your list because it's surely on your list.
It might or it might not be. You don't
Probably
know.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, but When Evil Lurks, yeah, it's awesome. Made me very sick.
Very sick.
Upset me very much.
Very sick.
It's the good kind of evil, like the Hereditary kind of evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 5 is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay. Okay. Clearly. Yeah.
Clearly.
Clearly, we have 2 different kinds of lists here.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I did enjoy
We
it.
probably will.
It's way down on my list, but that's not a bad thing. Most of the
No.
movies I've seen this year have been good.
Yeah. All of the movies that we've
had it above
seen
the-
together have been
I had it above the
good
Taylor
to
Swift.
great.
Had it above the Taylor Swift movie.
Well, yeah.
Sorry,
The
T.
Taylor Swift movie is probably the worst movie I've seen this year, but it's not a movie. I don't
It's
look
still-
at it as a movie.
I'm not a T Swift fan, and it's still not even close to being the worst thing I've seen this year.
Well, I just try not to watch bad stuff.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple bad things
The
this year.
Exorcist Believer.
I didn't see exactly. We avoided that.
Yeah, we avoided
that.
like the plague. We watched Stop Making Sense, which happens to be my number 4. It's not, but it should have been.
It didn't come out this year. It did re-release.
re-released, but
I don't count it.
I don't count it either.
No, but since you were talking about worst thing I've seen this year, I would say that the Charlie Day directed movie I've seen this year technically is the worst movie I've seen this year, which is I hate saying that, but it's not really, because there's a movie called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is a $200 million movie, and there's no excuse for that to suck, and it sucked. So actually, that's the worst movie I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, speaking of that, real quick, whoo, the MCU's got themselves in a hole, don't they?
We'll see. We'll see what they do. I think they could easily just recast.
I think that's what
Kang.
I think that's what they'll do.
They say that they don't love to recast, but they do it all the time. They did it so they like
In the early days, they
No,
did it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, they did it so unnecessarily so because they recasted Cassie Lang,
Yeah.
who was introduced as the older version in Endgame, and then just recast her to a more popular actress. And I felt so disconnected. So like, this is clearly not the same person that we saw 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So you can say they don't like it, but they just did it in that movie. So just recast. Okay.
I don't think that either they will recast or they will deviate.
Here's the thing: if you ever watch Loki, they do something at the end of Loki that writes, if they wanted to, could write Kang out. Definitely, they could just not use him anymore. I don't know if they will, but Loki made it possible.
Yeah.
So
We shall see.
am I next?
Yes.
4.
Number 4.
4. Love this one. Call me a fanboy. Don't care.
Okay.
Loved it. Watched it in theaters. Sat there. Forced you to watch it one Friday evening for 3 hours. Beau is Afraid.
Oh, okay.
By Ari Aster.
Okay.
I was just so riveted watching this one in theaters. I was never bored. I was always intrigued by every little weird decision that was made in this movie.
Beau's Afraid is in my honorable mention. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
I loved it.
It was great until it wasn't. And I'm not a big fan of that ending. Not a big fan of it.
It as an ending, it is my least favorite Ari Aster ending. Because
I think
Midsummer actually has like the best ending of his movies, but Midsummer is also my least favorite of his, which I still love that movie.
Yeah.
It's just that I think Hereditary and Midsummer have such massive endings, and this does like build up the score, and it's trying to do something there at the end, but I do think it's the weakest ending of his 3 endings. So
Yeah.
still liked it.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. Go ahead. You were talking about it.
Well, I really love the movie. I've talked about it on the show before. Loved it. What's your 4?
My number 4 is John Wick Chapter 4.
Oh, cool. I think that was maybe like my number 10, maybe.
Yeah. I would have to go back and watch them all again, but it
the best
might be.
one.
Yeah.
It is the best
It's either
one.
the best one or the second best
Well,
one.
it has the
I would
best
say.
action.
Yeah.
It's relentless
Yeah.
in terms of that, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a movie I
It's
want to
definitely the
watch
most
again.
ridiculous one, but
Yeah.
so what?
Yeah.
At this
Who
point.
cares at this point? It's. I mean, I
Fantastic.
it's just
action movie.
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
it's everything.
It was
you want out
early
of an
in the
action
year,
movie.
but it's held up.
Yeah, it's
I
everything
think.
you want out of an action movie, and it's what 2 hours and 47 minutes, something like that.
It's
It's long.
daggone
It's
near
almost
3
3
hours,
hours, and it don't feel it though. Don't feel 3 hours.
On a second
to me.
watch, it vaguely did. You could
Yeah.
feel it a little bit more, but still, when those action set pieces hit, they go hard. Yeah.
Definitely Nancy still needs to see it. So
She hasn't seen it. I watched it twice.
we'll
in theaters.
probably watch that at home.
Yeah.
All right, number
Speaking of long.
3. Justin Long.
Sure. Yes, I put Barbarian on here for a second year in a row.
Yes.
No, number 3. Can't wait to watch this one again, despite it being 3.5 hours. And that's Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon.
I still need to see it.
It's going to be a big awards contender, rightfully so.
We'll see.
It is. It's already got nominated.
We'll see.
It's already got nominated for Critics' Choice and Golden Globe shots. It's already happening.
Give Jason Isbell an award.
He was really good.
Yep.
He was really good in it.
Got his teeth fixed for that movie.
I didn't know it was him at first when he popped up.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of a good guy in the movie, surrounded by
Terrible people.
yeah. Even that's the thing about the movie is that morally it's like, whoa, am I supposed to like am I supposed to like Leo DiCaprio because he's doing some stuff here. It's great though. I think a story that needs to be told, and the acting is just like God. It's the best acting all year, probably, at least from a cast,
Sure.
an entire like ensemble cast. So.
My number 3 is Barbie. Actually.
Yeah, so that was the one I had to cut.
Oh my God! How did you cut that movie?
I like these ones more. It was that simple. Barbie was like my 6 or 7, maybe. Yeah.
Shame.
I like these
shame.
movies more. Sorry. God. Woke much?
We're not even gonna talk about it now. We're not even.
No, Barbie's great.
We're not even gonna talk about it.
Barbie's great.
We're not talking about it. Move on. Move
Jesus.
on. Since you cut it, we're just not even.
You cut Beau was afraid.
because it's a shit movie at the
Beau
end.
was afraid is my Barbie. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I saw there's something releasing.
Yeah, like there's
what
like
was that?
I think they're doing like a Christmas song or something.
Dude, I'll listen to it. It's just Ken again. It's just I'm just Ken, but the vocals sound different. It sounds better.
Okay, I haven't heard
Gosling
it
sounds
yet.
better.
I haven't
I've
heard
just,
it
I've just been seeing the TikToks. It came out today, 20th. Today's the 20th, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably like
We'll have to after our breaky. We'll check it out.
We'll check it out.
We'll check it out after our breaky.
The breaky will happen after movies.
Yeah, of course.
So what did you like about Barbie?
Well, hold this here. I mean, here's the thing about Barbie. It's a movie that should not have worked on any level. But man,
Why?
What do you mean?
Why shouldn't have?
Because it's Barbie.
So?
Shut up, Caleb. On the surface, the movie should not have worked.
Yeah.
But the more that you dive into the
Well,
movie, it works.
You got good writers, good director,
Yeah.
good cast.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you go into
Yeah.
if you go in the theater and you have no idea what the movie's about, which technically I didn't know anything
yeah.
about the movie, and you see Barbie, you expect like one of the home movie Barbie movies.
One of those like crappy little like CG
yeah, like a little
animated
CG
movies.
animated movie.
Yeah.
I think putting Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling on the poster helps that movie.
Obviously.
But to differentiate it from the crappy CGI things is what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
But on the surface, the movie should not work. But it is so funny. So funny.
It is.
And yeah. So
I still get a little annoyed when someone says, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the Barbie movie."
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know, do you? Sorry.
and you just don't
It's actually really
you just
good.
don't want to find out.
It's
either.
actually really good. Thank you very much. But yeah,
yeah. Bobby.
had to cut it. Sorry, Barbs.
That's okay.
Sorry. My number 2.
Sublime. Sorry. I had to do it.
My number 2 is her milkshake brought this boy to the yard. Have you ever seen the outtakes of that? Watch the outtakes of that scene where he's just ad-libbing different things.
Or on from Barbie?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I know
it's
what you're
funny.
talking about.
Yeah.
Because you just keep
It's not.
going,
It's
keep
not
going,
my.
keep
It's not
going.
my lips that she kissed, but my soul. Number 2, great. Another top tier comic book movie, right there on par with the first one. That's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
That is also my number 2.
Oh, I see. We might have the same number 1.
That is also my number 2.
Okay, yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I've seen it 3 times.
I've seen it twice. Loved it.
Great.
Yep. Now
Hate that.
It's
I hate that we're
everything-
gonna have to probably wait a little longer than we want for the next one.
that's okay.
I
Maybe
know.
it'll,
As long as they
hopefully
get-
it'll be worth it.
Yeah, just
Hopefully
take the time to make the animation as
Yeah.
great as possible,
Yeah.
and don't underpay the staff. Again.
Yeah, Marvel.
With that being said, I hope it wins
Yeah,
all the awards.
Sony.
It's not going to get nominated for Best Picture or anything, and it should.
I agree.
Even though it seems like this crop of Best Picture nominees that'll be coming in is actually pretty good this year. But I would have loved to see that get in there.
Yeah.
But it seems like that spot is going to be held for Barbie this year. What can you do?
Barbie's going to win Best Picture this year.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it will. Probably
I'd
Killers of the Flower Moon.
I'd love for my number 1 to win, but if Killers of the Flower Moon won, I just hope you know what I hope doesn't win Best Picture. Because, like I said, I'm in love with the craft of it more than the actual movie. That's Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Out of all the
Yeah.
longer movies we've seen recently, it's my least favorite. I didn't feel a lot during it. It was very impressive.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was just one of those movies where it's like I've seen
long.
it once. I'm
was
good.
I'm
good.
I know some people hear me say this and be like, well, "Go watch a Marvel movie or something." I'm like, no, that's not the case. I watched Killers of the Flower Moon and loved
Yeah.
it. I was kind of bored during some of it. I hate to say that. I think it's just Christopher Nolan's approach to dialogue sometimes. I never like it, actually.
Yeah.
I think the most I ever liked it was maybe The Prestige.
It doesn't help that a lot of times in that movie they mumble a little bit.
Audio, it's
an audio
It's a
issue.
disaster. It's like the
Yep.
first 10 minutes of Across the Spider-Verse before they fixed it.
Yeah.
Or like the Gwen Stacy monologue at the
Yeah.
beginning is like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
There's drums playing over top
Yeah.
of you. But with that being said, back to Spider-Man Across the Universe. Probably the best animation we've ever seen
Oh
in
yeah,
a movie.
yeah. Especially the scene for me is the scene with Gwen and her dad in the apartment
Where like the colors
just
are changing in the
change.
background.
Yeah,
That's deep. Actually, I think the Gwen stuff with her father is actually the most moving stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
That's something that I didn't expect it to be. I feel like it's almost equal parts Gwen and Miles Morales
Yeah.
movie. So
yeah.
yeah. And my number 1 might be yours. My number 1's The Holdovers.
No, it's not.
What the? Is it not?
No,
Oh,
my number 1 is Dumb Money.
really?
No, it's The Holdovers. Jesus,
I did really like Dumb Money.
I did too. It was in my honorable mentions. To be quite honest with
Okay,
you.
so we talked about The Holdovers in our
yeah.
Christmas episodes.
It's
I just
perfect.
rewatched it this week.
Is it just? As
I'm not gonna
good?
lie. I dropped $20 on it to
Of
rent it.
course.
Because I wanted
Why
I
not?
wanted my parents to see it. So I was like, Mom and Dad, this is actually a really good Christmas movie,
Yeah.
and they agreed.
Yeah.
they agreed, and yeah, it's really good. It's just second time, like it's just I still give it like that perfect score
Yeah.
probably.
It's
Just
so
perfect
it's so
performances
good.
across the board. It's so funny. It's such a funny.
Yeah.
There was stuff I was laughing at this time that I didn't laugh at the first, because I feel like nearly everything Paul Giamatti says, because he's so snarky, and he like adds in little comments just to look smart.
Yeah.
And it just makes me laugh every time. My dad.
Don't cut yourself short. I think you can.
I think you actually can, Phil.
I think you can.
He's like, I don't understand. He's like, that's pretty evident. But my dad made an observation about the kid in the movie, the main kid.
Okay.
And immediately when he said, I was like, he's right. I can't believe I didn't notice that. The main kid, the way that he acts, and even though his voice reminds me of Daniel Tosh. You know how like snarky the kid is? The pairing is a perfect pairing of those two, because they're both smarter than everybody else around them, kind of. And his he's lanky, he's tall, he's snarky, and his voice sounds like Daniel Tosh. I was like, that's a good point out, Dad. Good job.
I can see that.
That's our number one movie.
It's our number one. The Holdovers. It's not even a question.
I'd like to see if something else surpasses, because I watched another big awards contender called Past
Godzilla?
Lives.
Oh, okay.
I did really I love Godzilla too, but it didn't make my Past Lives A24 movie, and it was moving. But man, being medicated now, I really wish I wouldn't have medicated that day, because I think it had a really like emotional ending, and I was like, "Come on, Caleb, break a tear,
Cry!"
But that was really good too. So
baby.
it's a good year for the awards.
Did you see? Speaking of Godzilla, did you see where they're re-releasing Godzilla -1 in black and white in Japan?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Especially, man, I'm telling you, there's the first scene of Godzilla -1 where Godzilla isn't nearly fully grown. He's basically the size of a T-Rex at the beginning, and comes up on that island and just starts murdering people. It's startling, because whenever you watch a Godzilla movie, you expect a build-up, and he just pops up. Just like raising hell. I'm like, oh my god. It scared me. I was like, and he looks scary.
Yeah.
So I can't encourage people enough to go watch Godzilla -1. But that is
I want to see it. That's
top
for
five.
sure.
Do you have any other like honorable mentions?
I had Air in my honorable mentions.
Yeah. So that's getting a little bit
Air
of
and Dumb Money is what I had.
So Air's getting a little bit of award recognition.
It should. It's good.
That'll be cool if it got nominated for Best Picture. I did really like that one.
Yeah.
It's a weird year for these like real life biopics of recent history.
Yeah.
Of
like Godzilla -1.
Of like big companies. Yeah. of like big companies.
Yeah.
Like capitalist movies.
GameStop, Nike.
But the GameStop Nike BlackBerry, which stars Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny. The BlackBerry movie is really good, dude.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dude, yeah, it's about the rise and fall of the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
And Glenn Howerton is Dennis times 100. And he's bald. He's Canadian.
Oh, God.
It's funny, but it's serious, too.
Yeah.
It's got Jay Baruchel in it. He plays like I guess, sort of like the smart one behind BlackBerry. Who would be that for Apple? Would that be Steve Jobs? See, Steve Jobs wasn't the one. He was more of like the speaker.
Yeah.
This guy, like Jay Baruchel, was kind of like the guy who, like,
oh my God, what's
made
the
it happen.
name?
Yeah, I've never seen the Steve Jobs movie with Michael Fassbender. If I had, I would be able to
What
name
about the Ashton Kutcher one?
No. They came out around the same time, and the Fassbender one just got like way superior reviews.
Yeah. Which was weird.
Any more? Let me think. Dude, I really like Guardians 3 a whole lot.
Still haven't watched it.
It was great.
No, that's it for me.
That's it for me. I said Past Lives. A24 was really good.
You gotta go watch Talk to Me, folks.
I like Talk to Me. That was high.
The more I think about that movie, the more I like it.
I'd like to rewatch it too, but that's one I'm scared to show with my parents because I think it's a little upsetting. I feel like
it'll be all right.
It was a little distirbing.
They'll be fine.
Maybe. Okay, I'll force
Are you listening to the podcast? Are you listening to the podcast? You'll be fine.
They'll be fine. I don't know if my mom will.
No, well.
My dad still won't let me show her Hereditary. He's like, Caleb, don't you do it. I was like, you know what, Dad? You're right. She shouldn't. That's our top five
That's
movies.
our top five movies.
Take a little breaksy poo.
Breaksy poo. And go listen to that new Barbie song.
We'll see what that's about,
Yeah. Caleb,
Josh,
that song, we just heard it.
We did.
Buddy.
It was...
Thoughts?
Sublime! Oh, yeah, the Ken EP, right?
Yeah, the Ken EP. We just found it, just listened to...
sounds very, very classic. It doesn't sound like a musical anymore. It sounds like a singer-songwriter, big epic with string arrangements.
Yeah.
Vocals are reverbed out. quite a bit more than the movie version. I
like
will
the- I
listen
like-
to it.
I
I
like
will
the-
listen to it more.
I like the dance remix. That was kind of
And even the acoustic version, I was like, I get it. I'm into this.
yep.
So
It's pretty cool. Pretty
Liked
cool. Since we were talking about Barbie.
I think we'll have to rearrange our top 5 albums of the year.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding.
Uh-oh.
Not really. Not really.
Is that what we're doing next?
That's what's next.
Okay.
We're saving the Chat from a Hat episodes for last.
Okay.
To keep people, in anticipation.
Patient.
Anticipation. Albums. You got 5 albums, right?
Bum bum. Yes.
I guess sure.
I have
Making
5
sure.
albums. Well, I technically have 4 albums and 1 EP.
Okay, that's okay. That's
Um, just
Is it the
because-
Kenny EP?
Yeah, actually.
Okay,
That
okay.
just cracked my top 5.
The Kenny EP, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first after I get done yawning.
Oh. Sorry, everybody's
I'm
ears.
just so bored about this episode.
Bored.
Uh,
Are you really? My
no,
God.
no.
Jesus.
My number 5
Just-
is
get off of here, then.
If you've seen, and I actually have a TikTok out right now. That's I did my top 10 albums, and it's actually kind of a hit.
Mm-hmm.
It has like 18,000 views, and it's getting comments on it, and it's been a real blast. But yeah, number 5 is The Ballad of Darren by Blur.
Okay.
The first album since 2015.
Okay.
It's a banger.
Okay.
It is a banger.
Okay.
Big song arrangements. Not very rock, but who cares? I'm into the melancholy string arrangements. Beautiful, beautiful stuff on that
Beautiful,
album.
beautiful,
beautiful stuff.
beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Reminds me a lot of the beautiful people by Marilyn Manson. Not really.
What?
The Beautiful People by
The
Marilyn
Beautiful-
Manson. No, it reminds me of like some of the softer David Bowie stuff.
What do you say?
What's your number 5?
My number 5.
Ditkin.
Yeah, that's it. That's my number 5. That was my EP.
I knew it.
No, it's not 1989 Taylor's version.
What a joke. I'm
It's
interested. I'm
Okay.
curious about this because I see, me, I never think that the reviews she gets are like, I think they're all insane.
Okay.
But that one got really high reviews.
Mhm.
And then I've seen where other people are like, I don't understand. They legitimately think that the recording and mixing and whatnot, production on that is substantially less than worse than the. So I'm like, there's such a divide on that.
There's a great divide.
Like Anthony
on it.
Fantano was like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
get this. I was like, Anthony, we split ways sometimes. But I even the songs that I liked from it, I listened to again on this newer version. I was like, yeah, there's something missing on some of these.
The thing about the record is that it is the most different sounding record of the 3 re-records so far.
Maybe.
It really no it.
I mean, I
is.
haven't listened. The
It
other
is.
albums I don't like, so I just didn't even bother.
I think it plays so. A lot of people, a lot of people's complaint too is the maturity of her voice in some of those songs. Same thing that they had with Speak Now.
It's funny when you think about maturity of, or I guess I'll say quote unquote maturity of voice. Like for instance, like I've seen like interviews with Anthony Ranieri from Bayside and like Claudio Sanchez from Coheed, and they say that they have a hard time listening to some of the earlier stuff because of their vocal techniques, and I'm like, that's funny because this is the best you've ever sounded was on these albums. Especially, like I was listening to Good Apollo on Burning Star 4 by Coheed and Cambria, and from a vocal arrangement, the vocal recording, and the vocal layers, they have not done that ever again as good as that. So it's crazy that whenever they think that
Good
they're
Apollo is the best album
I think
anyway,
whenever you get to a certain level of like perfectionism vocally, you lose something.
Yeah,
I think you lose a little bit. I
you
think.
lose a little bit of that sincerity in
do.
your vocal, I think.
And then there's also overproduction, which sometimes masks the emotion sometimes in a voice.
Sure.
And there's pitch correction on every major studio album now, so you can't even complain about that. That's just something that's going to happen on every. So,
I just put it on my list though because it is the most different sounding one of it, and I respect the going in, and if you're going to re-record an album,
what'd you think
it's re-recorded.
What'd you think of the new tracks?
The vault tracks, I think they're the worst vault tracks that she's had.
It seems nobody likes those. Really.
TikTok loves them.
Oh, because some people like everything.
That's
so
true.
it's like, what are you
I
gonna do?
honestly believe that the tracks on Speak Now, Fearless, and Red are 1,000 times better than the ones on 1989.
I didn't like him really. I guess I liked Slut the most. Was that one of the
Yeah.
songs? I guess that was the one I liked the most. But
It's
I
fine.
didn't go back and listen to it.
No,
Though.
I don't. I mean, if I'm going to listen to them, it's just I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But as far as the actual record goes, yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's okay.
It's got a good review.
Yep.
Number 4 is Empty Country 2 by the band Empty Country.
Okay.
Empty Country, which is Joseph from Cymbals and Guitars. His newest project. He's had two albums. Mm-hmm. Empty Country. Love it.
I didn't know that he had another record out. I thought he just was one and done with that.
No.
Oh,
they put it out
cool.
this year. I got it on vinyl. It's big. It's a big album, big elaborate album. Still not overproduced in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
He's still sticking to those indie roots where it sounds natural, and I sincerely doubt there's any pitch correction on those vocals. He's one of those singers where it's make or break.
Yeah.
Where if you hear his voice, like you're like, I'm not gonna listen to this band, and I'm like, well, it works for me. Big, huge song arrangements that just go any old place. If you listen to some of the guitars, you know that. But it's so little. He's better at utilizing hooks now. He really got into that towards the end of Cymbals and Guitars run, like being like, okay, this hook was really good, maybe we should repeat this. And he'll do that on an 12-minute long song.
That's okay,
because the closer is 12 minutes long.
Well,
and the last 2 minutes are kind of just noise. Dang it, I love it. It was emotional to me, folks. Empty Country 2, check it out. You may hate it.
that's okay.
I loved it.
I thought it was fantastic.
What's your 4?
My number 4 is a band that I actually didn't really get into until last year. I've heard a few songs, but, it was their hits and things like that. This Is Why by Paramore is my number 4.
Bit wide.
Some of those bass lines on that record is just stupid good, man. Telling you.
I also liked This Is Why. Actually, even while This Is Why didn't make my top 10, I did like it. I actually think it's come from someone who's not a big Paramore fan. I think it's their best album, actually. I'm just looking at it from beginning to end, what they were able to do on this one. So they sound a little bit more like an indie rock band. Sometimes an indie dance, dance rock. Have you listened to the remix?
I have not yet.
There's a couple that are better.
Really?
The News is better. It's heavier. Especially that chorus goes hard on the remix of The News. Yeah. It's
cool. I'll have to listen to it. I haven't had a chance.
There's some great. I remember the last few songs on This Is Why were my favorites. They were really emotional. Thick Skull's bad. That's the best song on the album.
Thick Skull's good.
I love that when that little solo feel comes in the middle. Yeah. This Is Why's good. Yeah.
Yep.
You got to watch Paramore live.
Yeah, I did.
Did you get to see those songs played live, or was
They
that
only
before
did This Is Why?
This Is Why was the only one.
That's what they opened with.
So none of the other singles were out yet.
No.
Well,
No.
Screw them.
I mean, I enjoyed myself.
Well, I want to reiterate that just because I said I'm not a big Paramore fan, a big Hayley Williams fan.
Yeah.
She did her first solo album that came out like right at the beginning of the pandemic is so good, people. It is so good.
Yeah.
I love it. So watch yourself out there, okay? Don't be like, oh, you hate Hayley. No, I actually like Hayley Williams, guys.
You hate Hayley Williams.
I actually really like her. And
Suck.
I also liked her second album. I just didn't like it as much. People.
God, you suck. God, you hate her.
Okay.
Hate her.
Next, number 3.
Hater tater.
Speaking of her, my number 3 is The Land Is So Inhospitable, and So Are We by Mitski.
Okay.
Indie rock critical darling. This is her most alt country sounding album, and it's just it's a heartbreaker. It is a heartbreaker, very, very sad. I don't know if you how often do you watch videos on TikTok?
Whenever Nancy pulls
because one of her songs has become a sound on TikTok for things, and it's like that song that's like, my love is mine, oh mine, my love is mine, oh mine.
I haven't seen that yet.
People have been using that song for like sad videos. It's a sad song. A lot of sadness on this album, but it's beautiful. Also got this one on vinyl. Shout out to Books A Million.
Ooh.
I saw a TikTok the other day.
Okay.
Where someone was like, it's like, does anybody else feel embarrassed when they look through the record selection at Barnes and Nobles? And I commented, hey, every time I go to Books A Million, I look through those records because they sometimes got some like some secret bangers in there. Like that day, I found The Land Is So Inhospitable and So Are We by Mitski, and my number 2 album of the year. Found them both there.
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna buy both of these, and I did. So, moving on. What's your number 3?
My number 3, let me make sure I'm in the right ballpark here. Yes, is an EP of covers, actually.
Oh no.
It is. What is oh no?
I don't know.
It is. I hope I'm saying this right. Phantomime by Ghost.
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 Now, what did they cover?
Let's see. Oh God, you just put me on the spot.
Oh, sorry.
Phantom of the Opera by Iron Maiden. See No Evil. We Don't Need Another Hero. Oh God, there's 2 more songs on that EP. What is it?
Some fan.
You asked me too quick, and it just absolutely escaped me.
I don't remember this. I guess I didn't listen to it.
Well, you should.
Maybe I saw the songs they were covering. Didn't
should.
care.
You
I saw
should.
Iron Maiden. I was like, I don't care.
They cover Tina Turner, for God's sake.
I don't know a lot of Tina Turner.
Well,
though,
you
is the
should.
thing. What
Well,
song?
you
Is it a song I know?
should.
What's the
We
song?
Don't Need Another Hero.
I need a hero.
No, no.
That's holding up for you.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
cow, guys! I'm
What's your number 2 before I hop across this table and strangle you?
So you like that EP? I remember that came out, and I
Jesus
just didn't listen to it. You know, I just
I
didn't.
need a hero.
Sorry,
Good God.
folks. Sorry. You know what?
This podcast is canceled.
You're canceled.
I'm surprised I haven't been canceled like
Some of
3
those
times
things-
this year. By you.
Some of those things I've made it seem like you said.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Oh, he's canceled.
My number.
He's canceled.
My number 2. Cancel culture.
Yeah, you bunch of woke bitches.
My number 2 is, I also bought this record at Books A Million with the Mitski record. That is Hell Mode by Jeff
A
Rosenstock.
bunch of woke bitches.
It is a very political album.
Of course, I figured.
He talks about like burning a police car. One of the-
The 5th and Furious studio album from Jeff Rosen.
Oh yeah, I got the sticker on my laptop
Yep.
here.
What does it say? Do not pay more than $25. $23. Is it 25 or 23?
I think it's 25. I paid $24.99 for it.
well.
Yeah. So he was like, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't pay more than that." That's what they charge at the shows. They probably charge less at the shows. Actually, I remember I bought a record at a Jeff Rosenstock show and it was $15. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy this."
Nice.
Yeah, they're all about that. They're cool. And you know what? The album is cool. It's heavy.
Yes, dude, that is cool.
It's political. It might be woke, but it goes hard. It goes hard. A lot of cursing, and I love it.
Fun.
Well, it had my favorite song of the year on it, called 3 Summers. Great song. No cursing in that song. 7 minutes long. It's just Christian fun.
It's Christian fun? Oh.
No, I think it's about being like well off and making money, and thinking that you're not a part of the problem because you speak out for people that are like not as well off as you, but you're still kind of part of the problem because you take like first class. You get first class tickets and whatnot. And it's about being self-aware, even though you try to be like, I'm still kind of rich and making money.
Yeah.
So take that, Taylor Swift. It's not about Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
sure.
No, it's a great song. 7 minutes of just, like I said, Christian fun.
Bliss.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is What Matters Most by Ben Folds. Now, I didn't
listen to the album.
Okay.
I've listened to like 3 songs. I still haven't got around to listening to it all.
Here's the thing about that record. I wasn't a huge fan when it first came out, but it's grown. It's grown on me.
It's grown.
Yeah, it's grown on me.
I've only listened to a few songs. And it was like the day it came out, and then I just didn't. I think there was maybe a lot of stuff coming out at the time, and I went to something else.
Yeah, the singles are really good, but Paddleboat, is that the name of the song? Oh God, no, hold on, I'm gonna have to figure out what the name of that song is because I'm gonna sound like a dumbass.
Doofus.
What matters? Ah, there it is. Paddleboat Breakup. That's what it's called.
There you go.
It's a joke song, but it's funny. It's funny. Long story short,
I might have heard that one.
yeah, it's funny. It's good.
Yeah.
Some of the songs give me some Ben Folds 5 vibes, like the opening track does. It kind of sounds like something. Oh God, what's the song? I can't think today. I just can't think today. Yeah, it just sounds like a Ben Folds 5 song.
Speaking of Ben Folds, I got a few of your Ben Folds CDs at my house.
Oh, I know you do.
because I was going through my CDs.
I know you do.
Because I've been doing these CDs of the week, and I was like, "What are these?" I was like, "Oh, Ben Folds," and one of them I'm going to use as my CD.
Is it Ben Folds Live?
Yeah, it's that
Of
one.
course it is. I think you have that one. And
I have a
think
Ben
you
Folds
have
5 one too. Which one is the one with like the robot in the ocean?
Yeah. I was going to say the
I got that one.
oh god, is it Life of the Sound and the Mind or something like that? I don't remember that album.
Which is the one that has oh god, I don't know. I got either got 2 or 3.
yeah?
I found
I'm
them.
sure you do.
They're fine.
I would
I'm
hope.
surprised. I'm surprised.
I'm not. I knew where they were.
No, I mean, I'm saying I'm surprised they're fine.
Oh,
They're in pretty good condition still.
well, thanks. I'm glad you've taken care of them.
Yeah, I tried not. Forgot they were there, honestly.
I haven't.
There's a lot of CDs I'm missing.
I haven't.
You know what? I ordered a couple CDs for the first time ever. Not ever.
What'd you order?
In
What'd
a
you
long
order?
time, because I've been wanting to do these CDs of the week, and I've been trying to like dig the CDs of the week, which is going to turn to CD of the month for me.
Okay.
Is I'm mostly digging into nostalgia because most of my CDs I bought in the 2000s, but there were some I never got around to buying because they were never anywhere. Like
Okay.
Gatsby's American Dream was one of my favorite bands. I never had any of their CDs.
Yeah.
And I ordered a couple of their CDs, and they were in. Well, one of them's in, and I'm like, man, I can't believe I never had this CD. And I was
Yeah.
holding it in my hands today. I was like, I got this CD.
Yeah.
It's Volcano by Gatsby's American Dream.
Well, the thing about it is, though, man, and we've talked about physical versus digital media before. We were talking about that Bayside EP that came out
Yeah.
a few years ago. You can't find it anywhere. It's not streaming anywhere. I don't think it's on YouTube anywhere.
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
You can listen to it on YouTube.
Okay,
yeah.
but it's
just-
not
it's
on
not-
any streaming
Yeah,
service.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's some good covers on that
There
album.
are some good covers.
Not one in particular, but you know,
they do a good job at G's, guys.
They do a good job.
but
Oh my
yeah.
God, change the lyric.
Change the lyric, guys.
Change the lyric, or
Yeah.
just mute it.
Yeah. Oliver's Army.
Yeah, just re
Come on, guys.
remix it. Anyway, but yeah, like you can't. What happens? What happens if Gatsby's American Dream takes all their stuff off Spotify?
Here's the problem with me and my old CDs is that I got the cases. Most of them do not have the CDs in them. So I'm like, where are they?
Yeah.
I used to put them in a CD holder
Yeah.
that I could take to my in the car. So they're somewhere. They're probably not in good. They're probably scratched to hell, probably. But.
Probably.
Okay.
Your number
My
one.
number one is one that people won't know, but I loved it. Loved it all year. It's been my favorite album all year, and that's All Fiction by Pile. It's an art rock. I think an art rock masterpiece. I got into Pile around 2019 during my height of depression. Not great music, honestly, to listen to. Like it's very but for some reason it worked on me. This new album I was listening to a lot. I decided to start getting up every morning at like 7:30, 8 a.m. and working out outside before going to work. And I don't know. I put on this album. I killed this album for like 2 weeks straight, and I was like, this album is one of the few albums I've heard in the past couple of years that really works from beginning to end. Like, you can listen to individual songs, but it all works so beautifully because it's so like abstract. And once you listen to it all together, it all kind of pieces together. And it's not for everybody at all. It's like I said, it's an art rock, borderline post hardcore. But I loved it. It was beautiful piece of art,
Nice.
folks. Okay, what's your number one?
My number one is an album that no one is probably going to know either that listens to this podcast.
God.
Is Speak Now by Taylor Swift.
What the hell?
It's not. It's not.
Did that come out this year?
Yeah.
Taylor's version?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Weather Vanes by Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit.
Yeah.
Dude, I have listened. As far as a record goes, since that record's come out, it's been at least probably every 2 weeks I've listened to that record from start to finish. It's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Lyrically, man, if you want a storytelling song, you let Jason
and it's
write it.
the soundtrack to Killers of the Flower Moon. Actually, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. Should be though. It'd be kind of cool.
It's not.
But no, great playing on it. There is, like I said, lyrics are great. They're woke, a bunch of woke bitches. But no, definitely worth your time. It's got a little bit of everything on it. It's got rock, acoustic,
Hip hop.
Yeah. Jason drops bars like you've never heard.
It's got black metal.
Yes. Black metal.
Grindcore. It's funny because I did that TikTok of my top 10 albums.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people are just like, actually, you forgot this. I'm like, no, I actually didn't forget it. And
What did
they
you
put
forget?
that on there. They put the Jason Isbell album. I was like,
Oh,
no, actually
yeah.
did because I've only heard 2 songs, buddy.
It's worth, dude. It's worth your time. It's really worth
I
your
guess.
time.
I guess.
It's a quick listen. It's only about 30.
It's only like you know, it's like a Taylor Swift album. It's only like 70 minutes long.
yeah. I don't think
I've gotten to the point where I hate albums over 60 minutes long. I
Well-
won't do it. It's difficult for me.
Well, you're gonna hate Weather Vanes then, because it comes in at a daggone cool, crisp 1 hour, literally 1
I
hour.
guess that's doable, but dang, jeez.
If you Miles is the best song. It's the last song on the record. It's
Okay.
like 7.5 minutes, but it
Like I
feels
see
like
that,
a day.
like for instance, like that's the one thing about the Taylor, like even the Taylor Swift albums I like Evermore and
Folklore?
Folklore are long. Gosh,
Yeah,
oh, and
they're
I'm like,
long
guys,
albums.
cut a few of these. Come on, some of these can go. Cut
But here's the
'em.
thing, though. But here's the thing, and this is the argument that I would make to you. The songs that you don't like might be someone else's favorites.
Sure, I'm completely thinking about myself.
Yeah, but I'm
not gonna
but
lie,
I look at it from that perspective too. Would you rather have the music and just be able to skip it, or it never be
That's why
released?
they'll never be like great albums to me for me because I'm skipping 5 songs or so.
No, that's understandable.
So, whereas these 5 albums I just listed ain't that long.
Just check out Miles. Just
I like
listen
a
to
good.
Miles.
I
It's
like
a day in the life.
I like a good crisp 9-song album, like my new album,
It's an honorable mention.
which is
It's an
9
honorable
songs.
mention.
It's an honorable mention because I have listened to it more than any other album on here.
Uh-oh.
Because you gotta
Caleb's-
when you're changing stuff.
Caleb's Spotify Wrapped is going to be him as his
Oh, I
number
don't
one.
listen. I don't listen. I've never listened to it on Spotify. I listened to it on what I was recording it on for months straight.
Buddy, what we're going to do is we're just going to get like 6 people to put it on their Spotify. And
That's the
just
problem. Is
loop
that I released it at such a time where the data won't be collected for anybody that listens to it.
Boo.
Whatever.
Wait till the summertime and then
take
go
a-
and listen to Caleb's album about 9 times.
You know what? You people are hearing it here first. What I'm doing from here on out with the Exit album, that was sort of an exit. I don't plan on doing albums anymore.
Boo.
So, no, but hold on. Here's what I plan on doing. I've really enjoyed recording myself and mixing myself.
Okay.
It could be better. And it is good. I think it's quite good. But I'm thinking about the next song I record, just shipping it off. Send it to someone that can mix and see what it'll sound like. See if I like it more than what I do.
Why don't you get
And
in
just do
touch
singles.
with Jumble?
I could. I was actually gonna communicate with him about like what
Yeah.
he does and what. But yeah. I plan on doing singles.
John
Maybe
Poole?
singles.
McGowan?
Singles. I'm just gonna go to someone on Fiverr. That I
So-
don't know.
Link-
That just mixes.
LinkedIn.
That just mixes techno music. He's like, hey, can you mix my indie rock music? Sure, bro. You know, add in like some sick beats.
It'll be like that I'm Just Ken remix that we heard just now.
Hey. That's our top albums. Let's take a break before we go into our top Chat from a Hat episodes.
Yeah. Woohoo! All right, Caleb, our top 5. I about said Meet Me in the Matinee episodes. I don't know why I said that.
I think I know.
Our top 5 Chat from a Hat episodes this year. Caleb, we have 40.
It's been nearly a
5
year since we
to choose
started.
from. Yeah, it's almost been a year.
Which ones have held up? I think most of them I liked. Some of them,
Yeah,
some of them I didn't like as much.
Some of them I didn't like. Here's the thing. Some of them I didn't like
Some
as
of them I
much.
did not enjoy
we were
recording.
we were branching out a little bit with some of them.
A couple
and
of
some
them were a
them,
pain for me to record.
Well,
No one will ever know.
good. Good. Like the trivia episode.
No, I really loved every trivia episode. Even though I was sick, the content was great. I did not feel well recording, but going back and listening to it, it was a hoot. But the other 2 trivia ones were great. I love doing those.
So, mine aren't really in any particular order.
I guess mine are. mine are in order, but they could change at any time.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the content that we have, and any of these episodes except for 3, I will say that the top 3 that I name will always be.
I think my number 1 is definitely the best. Maybe my top 2 are like definitely the best.
But for me, if someone was to come up and say, "Hey, tell me about your podcast," or tell me something, tell me an episode of your podcast to go listen to, it's always going to be this number 1 one that I have that is my number 1, which we'll get to later.
Me too.
But it could be any episode. I could be like, "Well, what do you want to talk about? Like, what's something that interests you?"
Yeah.
Oh, well, I like video games. Go listen to the Sonic the Hedgehog episode. Oh, I like books. Go listen to the banned book episode with Erica. So excuse me, there's a wide variety here that we've done, and I'm not saying this to be egotistical or narcissistic or whatever, but I am proud of the content that we have. So, you're number 5.
Number 5, coming in hot. Coming in hot, folks. It ain't just a phase, though. I'll tell you that much. The Billy Joel draft.
Okay.
And here's why. It's because it really got me back into...
Yep.
It got me into... Because I've always listened to Billy Joel, but I got into stuff that I didn't really give much of a chance to, like the Nylon Curtain. I really liked a lot of stuff on that, and got into my favorite Billy Joel song probably now is Summer Highland Falls, which was my number 1 song of 2023.
Yep.
And I think without that, mostly the prep, but we did have fun recording the episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we both got into them. We found a new appreciation. We always really liked them. And my record of the week this week is actually The Stranger.
Yep.
Hanging up on my wall in my office right now.
Not a skip. Not a skip.
Probably not. No,
There's not.
No,
There's not a skip.
There's not a skip on it. I don't think so. Like I think the last song is the worst song, but
you can always just turn the
then,
record
but then
off.
it ends with that. It ends with that The Stranger thing again.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, that's a cool little intro, outro. So
Yeah.
that's
So,
my number 5, the Billy Joel draft, folks.
The Billy Joel draft barely missed my top 5. I mean, barely. My number 5 is the movie trivia episode, the first one.
Okay, I don't have the movie trivia
With
but...
the what? Jeez, you could have just stopped.
He was funny. I was just so miserable recording it. I felt so
sick.
awful.
You were so
I felt
sick.
so awful. I don't know what was wrong with me that day.
But yes,
I was hot probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great. That is
the
a good
trivia
one.
episode is
all the trivia ones are good.
Yeah. We have fun doing those.
That one was
fun.
bogus. You
How was it bogus?
that question, man? That social network question.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, I've had some questions kind of like
Blame.
that lately.
Blame.
Like that. So
Yes. Yes, you have.
it's funny you mentioned trivia because my number 4 is actually a trivia, and it's the music trivia, the first music trivia one we did.
Okay.
Which I won.
I won.
But that was a good one. I believe that was that. Which was that the one that was just so difficult?
Yes.
First?
Yeah, it was the one that was like,
Like the first 9 were like, we're not gonna get.
yeah, we're not going to get any of these.
I like
we spent
that.
like the first 20 minutes.
I like that because that was
daze.
funny, but then it came around and there were some good
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
And I like the follow up music trivia one. It's sort of like a mishmash of both of them.
Yeah.
I liked them both a lot, so I had to put a trivia on there,
Yeah.
and I felt good during that one.
That's fine.
I
That's
feel like
fine.
dying the whole time. What's your 4?
Well, my number 4 is the Meet Me in the Matinee episode.
Oh man, that's my number 3.
There you go.
There you go.
It was good to reminisce about some past stuff.
Seems like people really enjoyed that
yeah,
one
people,
too.
Yeah. And to be quite honest with you, the more that we talked about things, the more that was coming up. And even after that episode, I was like, "Oh man, we should have talked about that. We should have talked about that."
There's some more stuff. I mean,
There's more. There's way more stuff that we could talk about, and we might revisit that at some point.
Right here in my hand, right here. I had the Meet Me in the Matinee CD that Josh got for me for Christmas.
Well,
I was asking about it. I was like, do we have copies of
Yeah.
Beauty and Ordinary Things
And
by
it just
us?
happened to
And I couldn't
fall
find one.
into your
And
lap.
You were able to get it from a friend of ours.
Yep.
So I got it now. It's still sealed. Keeping it like that's worth so much, folks. No, I'm definitely unsealing it. But
You're
it'll be okay.
you are.
What am I doing? It'll be fine. But yeah, that was my number
the matinee
3.
episode
was my
was
number
fun.
3.
Was fun.
Yeah.
What's your number 4 then?
I
you already did your number
What's
4.
your number 3?
Oh, hold on. Let me see. My number 3 is movies we wish would get a sequel. The first episode.
Okay.
Okay. For the fact that it was the first episode, we were working the kinks out of everything, but it was just a genuinely fun episode.
Yeah,
Because we got to play like screenwriter for some of those movies.
Yeah.
Ready to Rumble 2, for instance.
It was a good first episode.
It's a good little first episode.
A good one. It's a good little starter.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's what made us have millions of fans.
Yes.
Across the globe.
Across the globe. Which, yeah.
Not 20. Not 20 dedicated fans, but millions.
Millions. For the millions watching at home on pay-per-view. Caleb,
It's
your
funny
number 2.
because you mentioned that because my number 2 is also a very early episode. And I think it's the one where we really caught our stride.
Okay.
And I still think it's one of our best. And that's The Toys That Made Us.
That is my number 2.
great episode.
It's fantastic.
It is. That was the episode we were doing. I loved the research for it.
Yeah.
I still don't think I felt like that during an episode yet. Like after that,
Yeah.
like that episode was like, ooh.
It was a nostalgia trip.
Speaking of it now, I'd actually kind of like to re-listen to it now that we're close to Christmas because that episode reminded me of Christmas.
That is our
Even
Christmas
though we
episode.
recorded it like way after Christmas.
Yeah, well,
in like,
no.
in like
it was,
late January.
It's like our third episode. So yeah,
like late January.
yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I'd go back and listen to that one.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Anything else you want to say about the toys that made us?
Well, no, it's just one of those things.
I was thinking about the Lion King and the
Yeah.
Sega Genesis and
Well, it was crazy. It's crazy because when we were talking about the toys that made us, it was a lot of the toys that we had a very different set of toys growing up, but the things that we both had,
yeah.
it was different.
We had a little bit different.
Things, but it was a different. What's the word I'm looking for?
Perspective.
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
different perspective of how we got it and where we got it and what we did
Yeah,
with
there were
it.
stories with each
Right,
one.
exactly. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
respected stories and just a personal thing with all of them. So, yeah. And, of course, we know what number one is. We know
Number
what
one
number
is the obviously. Are you the asshole?
Exactly.
No, number one. If there was any doubt,
If there was any doubt.
we'll say it. We'll say it in a count of three.
1, 2, 3.
Movie theater experiences.
Movie theater experiences. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
making sure.
No question.
Still, I believe our most downloaded episode.
Yeah.
Surely,
It's
it's the best.
It is.
It's the best episode.
It really is.
It's funny. It's got everything.
It's got everything.
It's
you ever
heated.
want.
It's angry. No, we're not angry at each other, but we're angry at
We're
the
angry at
circumstances that we were in.
moviegoers.
Yeah, yeah. There's also good stuff in there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we made the episode strictly because of the angry stuff. We just threw in that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, who's to say we don't have another movie theater experience episode sometime? But I think we got the bulk of the stuff that made us the most angry. So
Might be a
it won't be as
segment.
good. Yeah, segment. Yeah.
Might be a segment or two, but
I haven't had a lot of bad
Yeah.
experiences since we recorded this episode.
Yeah.
So if any, so.
yeah, I don't think so.
But I know people like to say that, man, people don't know how to act after the pandemic. But the bulk of my problems happened before the pandemic,
Yeah.
so it's always been bad.
Yeah.
But I think we've done a better job at just catching movies at the right time. Like we started, we sometimes watch movies early Sunday now instead of like Thursday or Friday.
Right.
So sometimes you just got to know.
Just got to know your
Sometimes,
audience.
sometimes
that
you just know when a movie's going to be like a bad experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you haven't watched, I'd say if you've listened to our episodes, that's one you've listened to.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
our most downloaded episode.
Definitely.
It's our best episode. We're still trying to catch that high. We're trying to chase that dragon again, and we just can't.
Yep.
Maybe it's this episode,
You know,
but it's not.
You know what I think it is? I think we just. I think
Sometimes
we
you
were
just make it the best episode, and like that's
Yeah.
how it is.
I think we were just Godzilla, and we just came out of that
out of
ocean
nowhere.
as a baby, and we just wrecked
started
everything.
killing everybody
We
in that
arrived,
one,
we raised hell, and we left. That's pretty much what happened.
we did.
That's what we did. We'll do it again.
We still have lots of more.
Movies that made us.
I think we
Volume
still
2.
have a lot more interesting episodes to discuss.
Yes.
In the hat. But that's it for this one.
That's it for the
This
year.
is what we were talking about. Yeah. Obviously, we hope everybody has Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you
Yes.
celebrate.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's just hard to get into the Christmas spirit sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've accepted it. It peaks at a certain limit, and that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
it. There are a couple movies that I like to hold off watching right until Christmas, and that's Christmas Vacation,
Mm-hmm.
Muppet Christmas Carol, and maybe Home Alone.
Okay.
Those
you
movies
wa-
I
have you-
hold off. Like I watch those right around the 23rd, 24th.
Have you watched Violent Night yet?
I'm not going to. I don't think. I actually asked my parents because we were trying to figure a movie to watch. Because we ended up, believe this, settling on Gremlins. I don't call that settling, folks. I don't call Gremlins settling, but we settled on it because we couldn't think of anything. But
Settling.
I really like Gremlins. It was a fun time. But I was like, hey, you guys want to watch Violent Night again? Mom was like, no. I was like,
No,
"But, Mom,
'cause it has the word
I was like, but Mom,
violence."
it was violent. I know it was.
At night. Your parents. We got to talk to them.
They watched it the first time. They liked it. I'm telling you, we pirated that movie last year. Just to be fair, we watched it in theaters.
We did twice.
I only watched it once in
Oh,
theaters.
I
You
watched it twice. I watched it twice.
I had seen
did
it
not
twice, but the second
care.
time did not pay a buck. But I did pay this week. I paid for the holdovers, $20. I paid for Because I don't have my newer Fire Stick. I didn't jailbreak it, so I've just been paying for stuff. Whatever.
Good. That's what you should be doing.
I know. So I paid for that, and I paid for the holiday. It was just a $2 rental.
Yeah.
$2.
$2.
And I rented that A24 movie, Past Lives, for $5-6. So I've been supporting the cinema.
The cinema.
Not the cinema, but the at-home cinema.
Yeah, I was going to say the studios.
Hey, I mean, if the movie theater would have got Past Lives, I would have watched it.
Yeah. Well, Caleb, that's it for the year for us.
Do you want to... I know it's going to be a couple weeks. Do you want to draw?
I mean, we could. We could, I suppose.
There's a train coming. We got to make it quick.
Let's see.
Sorry, folks. Just so you know, so as we can come into the new year with a cool,
Come into the new
a
year
cool
with
new
a
idea
cool
in a
new
new space
idea.
recording. Oh god, the train's
Ooh.
coming. Is it a good one?
80s albums part 2.
Another one. Okay.
Part 2.
We're coming to the new year with the 80s albums.
baby.
We did a 90s, didn't we? I'm still, yeah, we did.
yeah.
I'm still waiting on that mid 2000s emo. We're gonna bring 4 people.
there
in
somewhere.
We're gonna bring 4 people in on that one.
We can't.
We're gonna bring Erica and
We can.
Nancy.
We can.
Since you just don't know.
I just don't know a lot. Well,
Yeah.
folks, train's coming.
I'm not gonna tell you all where to find us, but we're Chat from a Hat. You can find us on
You can
any
find us
social
on-
media.
On any social media. Folks, thank you so much for listening this year. We love you guys, and we will talk to you next year with 80s albums part 2. Train, baby!